guys, welcome back. It's Shelby, and today we are making kind of a holiday decorative wreath taper candle centerpiece for your table. So I found this just in the little impulse bins at the craft store, and it's just a 4 taper candle holder with kind of this metal wreath building base. It's got the 2 wires, and I thought I could make something really cool out of that. So I picked up that, and then I also picked up this. It has bells on it, which just makes me happy. So it's kind of like a wreath making thing. It's got little berries and bells and white and red, a little bit of green. And this is 5 feet. But this is a very small little wreath thing, so I'm thinking it will fill it up just enough and still be beautiful. I have some green 4-inch zip ties to attach it. And then I also picked up 2 of these, which are like sparkly styrofoam holly things, but they're bendable. And I thought that would be pretty in the wreath taper candle holder. I gotta think of something to call this, but centerpiece. It's gonna be a centerpiece. So yeah, if you guys like the craft, let me know by hitting that thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and we are gonna get right into it. So first off, take your garland and take off the wrapper. Really, that's gonna be the first step for anything. See what we've got here. I haven't opened up this one before. Well, obviously, but I mean one like this before, so I'm not actually sure what it looks like when it's spread out. Okay. So it's kind of got your main wire and then little branches coming off of it every so long. Very, very bendy, very moldable, easy to use, soft wire. So this is perfect. That's actually quite pretty. Good, that was a good choice. I'll pull out some zip ties, and this I am anticipating being easy, fast craft. So it's got this hook on the end, so you can hook it around something, which is very nice. So I'm just going to hook it through my zip tie and use that around the base of where one of the candles goes and lock it in place. There we go, just like that. I should probably get some scissors so that I can cut off the extra zip ties. I could go back in at the end and do it, but I feel like then I'm gonna be hunting around in this stuff with scissors, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna grab some scissors and be right back. Got him. I got so excited about the bells, I didn't realize that you're gonna be trying to hear me speak over this whole video. So sorry about that, but I do love bells, and I got so excited when I saw them that it didn't occur to me that maybe that could be an incredibly annoying thing to have on camera, but I did it anyway. So I'm just going to continue wrapping these around the outside circle. I haven't really attached any except on the first one, and I think I'm going to go past the first one into the second one before I do my first attaching. There's really no reason why. I just feel like maybe I don't need to attach them all at every single candle holder because there's not that much that's going to be tugging on this, and it's really shouldn't have a lot of issues staying in place. Just because of the way the metal things are, it should kind of hold them in place. So I'm cinching down my second one, just like that. So here's where we started. I went all the way around past it to the second one. Snip that off. And here's where we test. Yeah, it's pretty tight, nothing's coming out. So what I can do though is all these little branches that come out, kind of pull them away a little bit so that I've got a little something to be working with. That one's tucked in there. Those are out. There we go, we're gonna keep wrapping. I actually thought this was going to go much more slowly when I was picking up the items at the store, but this is going super, super fast. I'm almost basically done, so that's exciting. And went around quite a bit. Where did I go around? All right, this is the second one, so I wrapped it all the way around, past the first one, past the second one. Gonna attach it at the third one, just for continuity's sake, and also so I don't have a ton of zip ties running around every candle base. If I could shoot for 1 zip tie per candle base, that'd be pretty cool, but I still have attached my holly, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to swing that one, but we will see. I do also have green craft wire and gold craft wire if I need it. I don't think I will, but if I do, I've got that. So yeah, I think the zip ties are doing a good job, but just in case. Go wrap this all the way around until it ends, and then I'm just going to attach the very end just where it lands. And luckily it lands right over a candle holder, so I've got a little wire in there, and I will just attach my last zip tie to that. It's not the free one. I didn't make it all the way around to the fourth one. I think this is the first one that I connected something to, but it doesn't matter. You really can't see the zip tie in there, so I'm not worried about it. I chose green because it's like a festive color for Christmas, but also because there are green leaves in this, so you really can't tell. So now I'm going to kind of bend the little branches around. I want them a little bit wild. I want them to stick up a little bit, but just not like crazy. So I'm really just kind of weaving them in around each other, because if they are too smooth, it's not going to look, I mean, not that it's going to look natural anyway. It's got bells on it, but it's not going to look like kind of green foliage otherwise. So I'm just going to kind of tuck them in and braid them in among themselves. I'm not really going to lock them down with a zip tie, because that's not really the look I'm going for. Like one or two can stick out and be kind of crazy, but all right, so here is what we have so far. Super, super pretty. Like, I love that. These can go down a little bit, but we'll just tuck that one under there, and we will tuck this one. Oops, I just untucked the one I tucked. There we go. These look good. I'm still attaching things, so I'm not too worried about it. This is what we are looking at so far. I think this is super pretty already, but I don't know, it's not glamorous enough. I mean, it's a really beautiful, kind of traditional looking Christmas decoration, but I want some golden sparkle. So that's what we're gonna do next, because you know I have to. For these, they have a very big stick that I don't know if it bends or not. Let's find out. It does. It looks like it will snap, but it's wire-based in there, and it bends, and that's fabulous. So I do have my multi-purpose tools. I always suggest in the videos where I use these that you get yourself 1 or 2 or like 4 like I have, because they're great and you can use them super easy to make crafts. So what I'm doing here, let's see if I can show you. I want them to bend around the same way. Put that down. So all of my green stuff is going this way, and so I want these to go that way too. There is a bar between where the candle holder sits, and it connects the two loops together, so I'm going in between the two loops and under the bar, if that makes sense. And then I'm pulling it through. So there's a bar underneath this. I can't pull this straight up. I could let it drop, and if there was nothing else here, it could drop through, but there's a bar right there holding this in. I'm going to tug it all the way to the end, and then I will attach it with a zip tie. So I just tugged it all the way until the berries are getting caught and it can't be pulled back anymore. And then I'm just going to wrap around the stem. Can't help getting a little bit of the garland in there, but it's not a big deal. And then wrap it around the base of the candle holder as well, so that everything is kind of stuck together, not going to fall out or go anywhere, because it's a candle holder. There's going to be fire. You don't want things moving around when there's fire. They need to be at the base and secured. There we go. So that's one. I'm not going to do anything with it yet. I have my other one that I had already bent for the sake of showing. And what I'm going to do is, because there's 4 candle holders and 2 of these, I'm going to stick it around the opposite one, so it's one at the top and one at the bottom. Same thing, weave it through so that it's caught on that bar. The bar is on the outside. Get a little zip tie. These are still in a bunch. I'm like one-handedly pulling them out. And so far I haven't struggled too much, knock on wood, so I just wanted to call that out because I'm doing pretty well with these. And I don't always. Like, you guys have definitely seen me struggle with some of my crafting stuff, even though it's like set out beforehand so I can access it easily. It doesn't always work that way, so there we go. Honestly, I think the toughest part of this right now is getting these little zip ties to clip, because they're so small that they just slip right through your fingers. There we go. Now we can go in with just our fingers. I might pull in the multi-purpose tool if I need it. and I'm just bending these around, and the stick goes all the way around to the next bar, which I did not realize until I like just did it with my hands. So I'm just gonna tuck it under the next one because that's like super helpful and handy, and it's just going to keep it in place because, so it comes out right there, but the tension on it wants it to like shoot out, and it can't because now it's locked behind a bar. So I'm gonna do that with this one too, which I totally put the wrong direction. No! Okay, I have to fix that. How did I manage that? Fail. I have to undo that. Okay, so let me go in and figure out which zip tie it is and undo it real quick. There we go. Go back in the correct direction. I can't believe I did that. I can totally believe I did that. You know when it happened? It happened when I was congratulating myself on doing such a good job and not messing up this craft. That's when it happened. That's when I messed up the craft. I always do that. All right. Second time's the charm. Going back in. Zip tying it down. Same thing with the bar, just the correct direction this time. There we go. Snip the zip tie and push the bar through. Tuck it under all the garland stuff, under the next candle point, just like that. And then we are going to bend kind of individually these around, kind of weave them through. So I'm using the garland to go around because it's wire. I just kind of weave it around just to lock it in place. Like I said, it's pretty loose. I don't want it to be like completely locked down. You know, just like a little loose holiday joy wreath centerpiece. There we go. I'm gonna leave those two free because I'm not quite sure what I want to do with them yet. I'm just gonna go to the other side. The side of the wreath has like more stuff on it, but I think that's okay. It's got a lot more of these like wild branches. I might just like grab one zip tie and kind of zip tie them all down a little bit just to like get it on the wreath base because they are starting to go a little bit crazy just with the length of where everything fell. You just have more loose ends over here than anywhere else on here, and that's not working for me. So I'm just gonna tamp it down just a little bit. I just spent this whole video talking about how I want it to be like wild and free, and I'm tamping it down, but you know, that's what happens. There we go. Not super tight, just a little tight. And we're gonna bring our other ones up and over, but not block off the bell because the bell's the best part, in my opinion. I love things that make noise. There we go. Pretty good. Okay, so now here's what we're looking at. Very pretty. I've got the gold up here and a little spot here that's kind of empty, so I'm going to bend these two back just to give it a little bit of coverage. And then they are going to cross with some of the holly going the other direction. That's great. It just means that there's no like blank spots on our wreath. And we're getting to the point where we do have to use zip ties. Like it's just getting a little messy. So I'm going to bend this one back too. And I'm not going to attach these to the bar. I'm just going to kind of loosely attach them to each other and to the garland and just give it a little bit of stability so that they don't go flying everywhere. But because the zip tie is green, you really can't see it. Like it looks good. So I'm going to do the same thing with my other ones. Just kind of bend them backwards so that they are not a whole bunch of gold on one side and then an empty spot with no gold in there at all. Like, I just want it to be a little bit even. So we're gonna do that. Zip tie it down, just lightly. Snip, a little bit more. Snip the end. And then we'll look and see what we got going. This is cool. This is beautiful. Look at that. From the top. I can't wait to get some candles in this and just kind of see what it looks like because this is stunning. It's so pretty. I'm very happy with this. This looks kind of like a very festive bird's nest almost. you know, with like all the branches and, you know, the found objects and a little bit of sparkle, but this is beautiful. I'm definitely going to put in some close-ups at the end, get some candles in there, and yeah, this really didn't even take that long to make. I think this was like 15 minutes, and most of it was me figuring out what I was doing, as always. So yeah, if you like the video or the craft, let me know by hitting that thumbs up. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Consider subscribing. I'd love to see you here again soon. But I will definitely put some close-ups at the end so you can see this in greater detail because I think it just turned out beautifully. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you here again soon, and bye for now. So this is how it turned out. I don't have the candles in there because that would be like a really weird angle to try and see everything, but I wanted to give you some close-ups just to kind of see how it turned out. So you can see the zip ties in there a little bit, like there's one right there, but all in all, like it just kind of goes with it. But I think this is beautiful. Look at that. That's just super pretty. It's very elegant. It's kind of a muted gold sparkly holly situation, so it's not like super brassy. And you've got those deep reds and greens and whites that are so evocative of the Christmas season. It kind of looks a bit like a traditional wreath. It's going to have candles in there, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful for the table.